Monsieur le Premier ministre,
the Prime Minister, dear Bernard Cazeneuve,
les 6 mois que vous venez de passer à diriger l'action gouvernementale
these 6 months that you've just spent leading government from Matignon have been the culmination of a political career that has been rather exceptional ever since you assumed a ministerial position in May 2012. In the midst of EU negotiations and the budget machinery at the heart of challenges for our compatriots' safety and the tragic events that have happened in our country and that have left so many painful marks in the bodies and minds of our compatriots. From here, from Hotel de Matignon, you have done your absolute best to serve our country. You have done it in your own style, and I don't know if it is a Norman style, but at any rate, I know that it is a permanently elegant style. It is a serious and careful style. Your sense of humor, which is also a sense of intellectual elegance, is also proof that you have great respect for this country. It is the case for all those who have chosen to enter the civil servants and serve their country as politicians, as elected officials, or as citizens. Well, all of these qualities in you, Minister Bernard Cazeneuve, have impressed the French people. I was never surprised because you had the honesty and kindness to remind those listening that we have met before, and before we became ministers, we are both mayors in port cities in Normandy. The Normans are maybe virulently moderate, as Tocqueville wrote and as you said, but they are also conquerors. And you, sir, are completely a Norman, and so am I. Which is why, dear Prime Minister, dear Bernard Cazeneuve, even as an elected official from the opposition party, I was glad to see you in a position of power. I was not just glad, in fact, I'll be frank, I was reassured to see you at those positions. You have just said that you were a man of the left. I had no doubts about that, mind you. And for your information, I am a man of the right, and I'm sure this won't come as a shock to you. However, I know that even though you're a man of the left and I'm a man of the right, we do hold each other in great esteem, and we know that the public interest is what should guide everything that elected officials, civil servants, and our citizens in everything they do. Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to say that you were an example over and beyond our disagreements on some issues, but an example in terms of your character. And I'd like you to know that on this day, as I take on this office, I too share a thought for those who have been examples to us in the past, particularly Alain Juppé, who's been one of your predecessors here, and I've learned so much from him. I have a thought also for Antoine Ruffnart, who was my predecessor at the mairie, at the City Hall of Le Havre, who taught me so much. And you've mentioned a number of your references, some of which I share with you. You've named Léon Blum and Pierre Mendès France, but I would also name Charles de Gaulle and Clemenceau, which would lead us to what is fundamentally a very French kind of compromise, perhaps virulently moderate, but one that is likely to help us conquer. So, Mr. Cazeneuve, Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. And as we say in Le Havre, bon vent, good luck.